Hi there. Have you thought about selling your home either now or perhaps even sometime in the near future? Well, if you have, I want for you to watch this video. I'm Realtor Bert Taddei, and I'm also broker owner of Santino Properties LLC. We're a boutique brokerage which specializes in helping buyers and sellers win in a competitive San Antonio marketplace through unique and effective use of marketing. So the title of this video are the 5 reasons why you should choose me, Bert Taddei, as your listing professional. And I want to give you some really compelling reasons because I think what you're going to hear today is nothing like what you've been hearing here in the past, right? The first thing I want to tell you about is our target marketing skills, right? Because we spend our own money on our listings, and we're not a neighborhood specialist, but instead we are a target marketing specialist. Why is that? Because there are literally 19,000 plus neighborhoods in our great city. So why would we want to specialize in just one neighborhood? If you come to me and say, you know what, Bert, I want to sell a property, out in Westover Hills or Stone Oak, two entirely different areas of town, both of which I know very, very well, right? So we're well-rounded, right? And we spend our own money to develop a variety of customized online and offline marketing campaigns to get your home sold for a premium fee, because yours is the home that a prospective buyer has to have. We create that desire, we create that need, that feverish effect, right, that they're going to have, for your specific property. Why? Because we want to be able to help you sell your home for the most amount of money and for the least amount of hassle, of course. And we know what buyers are looking for because we are well-rounded. We also help buyers. We probably open up over 100 doors a year, just myself, right? So I know what buyers are looking for. Now, the next point I want to make is, of course, our perfect home finder program for your next home. So it's like a just looking program, basically, right? We're going to use a proprietary method that nobody else in San Antonio is using, which is tried and true, and we're going to help you find that special home you want to move to. So even if you think you're too picky or the home that you want to move to doesn't actually exist, we can take all your criteria, all your must-haves, if it's a specific area of town or it's a specific commute to work, has to be in a specific zip code or school district. We take all that and then we send our marketing dollars out into the community, right? We spend our own money, and we do that as a courtesy to all of our home sellers that we're currently working with to help them find that special home that they want to purchase. But there's no obligation to buy, obviously, and no obligation for you to sell your home either, right? We simply understand that home sellers cannot be left without a place to live, right? And we can't let you give up your equity in having to overpay in a potential bidding war for your next home. Instead, the Perfect Home Finder program is unique because we're going to engage with off-market sellers or pre-listing sellers. They're people that have considered selling their home either now or sometime in the future. However, they haven't actually made the move to actually engage with a real estate salesperson, right? Because once they do that, it's like, okay, this just got real, right? Yeah, now I got to go deal with it with a salesperson. No, this gives them tremendous flexibility to work with a buyer that's well qualified like yourself, has a home to sell, and of course they won't even ask you for or object to a home sale contingency, because it's a very fluid process. It's like a glorified for sale by owner, frankly. But you're the only one that is working with that seller, so nobody else even knows that it's available for sale. And that's the beauty of working with me, right? I represent you, obviously, and again, the seller would be, working on a for sale by owner type of basis, or they can hire their own agent on their dime if they want to, of course, to represent them. But instead, we use our marketing expertise to help you find that perfect home off market that you want to move to. And then, of course, we manage that whole process for you to closure. Now, the third reason why you should choose me as your listing professional is that we offer a sales guarantee. So I don't know anybody that in San Antonio is willing to put their money where their mouth is. And we often run promotions like, I'll sell your home in 29 days or less, or I will give you X amount of thousands of dollars, right? It's on a case by case basis, so I don't want to quote you right now, but I certainly would not only put that in writing, but I would guarantee to sell your home in the amount of days specified, or of course we would pay you that money, and of course we're willing to stick our necks out because we know that our methods work. Our target marketing to find the ideal buyer, right? The most ideal buyer, the most opportune buyer for your specific home is what gives us that confidence that we'll get the home sold for your asking price. And we're willing to put that in writing. Now, the fourth reason why I believe you should choose me as your listing professional here in San Antonio is because for all the homes that are out there that are dated or in their need of a little bit of a renovation, we partner with a company here locally called Re-Up San Antonio. And basically what Re-Up does is they will front or advance the capital for the remodeling costs. That would be labor, materials, project management. And you just basically sit back while they take on that scope of work, and they remodel your home, whether it's just carpet and paint, or if it's a full blown rehab that requires the removal of walls to open up the floor plan to make it more modern for today's buyers. Whatever that is, no budget is too small or too large for Re-Up, and it's not a loan. They're not going to ask you to sign loan documents or something like that. They're not going to charge you points on that money, and there are no change orders. That's the other thing. Most contractors are going to charge you change orders, but they take that off your plate, and then in return, they'll ask you for 50% of the upside or the profit that they create based on that renovation. What was the house worth before the renovation? Let's cover the cost for the remodel, and then whatever's left over, of course, this and for top dollar, and now that is of course the profit. They ask you for 50% of that at closing. But I think it's a pretty good deal for you to modernize the home and make it more appealing for today's buyers, right? And no upfront out-of-pocket expense for you, and of course you profit more at the closing table. And finally, the last thing I'd say about my services and why you should choose me as your listing professional is you don't even have to meet with me even, right? So gone are the days of having to sit down with a salesperson and watch their PowerPoint and whoosh and swoosh and this. What are they going to do? They're going to talk about their company. They're going to talk about how charitable they are. They're going to talk about how many countries they're in and how many offices they have worldwide, or all the stuff that doesn't matter to you and frankly does nothing for you netting more from the sale of your property. And let's face it, all you care about is, can you do this hassle-free, and can you net more money when this home sells? Frankly, results are all that matter to you as a home seller. And it's critical for you to get the biggest bang for your buck on the sale of perhaps the largest asset, the largest holding, the largest nest egg that your family has. It's very important for you to get top dollar. And it's a really easy process, by the way. I'd be more than happy to either text or email that presentation to you. And now you watch that presentation, the full blown listing presentation, at your leisure, right? So either, if you're at the office and you want to watch a little bit of it, pause it, and return to it later. The next morning while you're drinking coffee in your PJs, I don't know, watched a little bit more of my listing presentation. You know exactly what it is that we do and the methods that we employ to be able to net you more money at the closing table. And that's frankly all that you care about, right? So no more PowerPoints and that kind of thing, to show you. It's a very easy process in working with us, right? So those are the 5 reasons. And, at the end of the day, if you're meeting with a real estate agent and they tell you things like, I care about your business, or I know this talent at the back of my hand because I grew up here, or things like I'm a good negotiator or something like that. Well, let me let you in on a little secret here about real estate. All that is minimum standard stuff. Yes, you should already expect that out the gate, from the get-go, from anybody who's going to list your property for sale. All those things, they should all care about your business. They should all have your best interest in mind. They should all be acting as a fiduciary. What is a fiduciary anyway? It's a trusted agent. Well, of course, and you're going to have a trusted, you're going to have that type of a situation, right? Because that's what's called agency, right? So it's an agency agreement that you have with this brokerage, right? And at the end of the day, if you're interviewing agents and they can't tell you, they can't give you empirical data to show you how they're going to help you net more from the sales property of your property, then I'm afraid you're not going to achieve your sales objectives, right? And by the way, if they suggest listing your home at $398,990 or $399,999, you should ask them to leave your home immediately. You must remove them from your home. You can't have somebody like that that's operating with the ignorance and the sales techniques of the 1990s to represent you. You have to have somebody and why is that? Because everything's a drop-down menu now, right? 98% of home buyers are online now. As 98 out of 100 people are online, and guess what? All those consumer sites, the realtor.coms and stuff, they're all drop-down menus. So if in either one of those scenarios I just gave you, if they're listing it at that amount, then you just close the door on the buyers that are searching 400,000 and up. That's half the buyers have just been eliminated. You don't want to list with somebody like that, right? It's preposterous. So you have to have a robust online presence, good online strategies, obviously, but a good online presence. And outside of all those syndicated consumer sites, by the way, that you get from the MLS, the multiple listing service, right? Because that's a shotgun approach, let's face it. And it's not a targeted approach like what we offer, right? It's going to bring you a specific, an ideal buyer for your individual home, right? Your specific home. And if they're simply suggesting just throwing it on the MLS, then what they're doing is they're just doing the 3 P's of real estate, right? They're placing in a multiple listing, they're putting a sign out in the front yard, and they're praying that another agent comes along with their buyer and sells the home for them. Well, you can't do that anymore. You can't rely upon that, right? That's frankly what these agents have done to contribute to what is now what I call the commoditization of our profession. They all do the same thing. There's nothing special about it, right? Because they all do the same thing, right? And the only way they can sell their services is to drop their fee, right? And if that's what you're looking for, to save a couple bucks, and you want to negotiate down to 5% or 4.5% or something like that for the listing and buyer side of the transaction, well, let me save you thousands of dollars. And maybe even make your holiday card list. I don't know, what I'm about to tell you. If you want to save money with using your listing agent, and you think that that's the best way to go, let me suggest to you a discount brokerage that I found out about that only charges $199 to just throw your house on the MLS. If that's how they're gonna do it, then why don't you just hire somebody for $200? Just be done with it. You're gonna do the same thing that any one of those other guys are gonna do, because they don't do anything for marketing. They're just gonna basically throw it on the MLS and just hope that it sells, right? And hope is not a strategy. So, just go with the cheapie guy that's gonna charge you $200. I mean, you're gonna save thousands of dollars with just this flat fee guy. And by the way, if you want to sell your home for more money and ultimately, net more at the closing table, then yeah, let's have a chat. Because, we're not going to be the cheapest company out there. That's just not how we do business. But hey, you know what? I've always said that cost is only a factor in the absence of value. So it's very important that you go with a brokerage that understands modern day techniques, understands marketing more than anything else, because that's what you're doing. You're hiring a marketing specialist, right? Not just an agent, right? Anybody can be an agent. You need to hire a marketing specialist. Somebody's good with all that other minimum standard stuff I was talking about earlier, or how to fill in the blanks or what to look for on the purchase agreements and the addenda. Those are all very, very important aspects of what we do, sure. But that's minimum standard, right? And hey, listen, Santino Properties, my brokerage also offers a few other unique features like best bidder home sale to sell homes for more money. It's been referred to as an open house on steroids. We also offer free home value. We have free home value program for the San Antonio public. We offer that as a free service, and it really is a courtesy to our community for you to get an updated equity analysis of what your home is worth in this market, and of course, without all of the salesman kind of stuff, right? It's not a ploy to list your home or something. Simply offering a service, right? And it's of no obligation, no cost to you. And hey, if you just want an old-fashioned cash offer on your home, well, we participate with a nationwide investor who also offers full-price home sales. It's called fullpricehomesale.com. My offer code here locally for this market is $22.95. So we can also do that as well, and of course save you the stress and the hassles of having to stage your home, have it in show-ready condition, and have all the showings, and the buyers don't show up, and then there's those repairs that you got to make and stuff like that. And hey, with the cash offer, you even get to choose your own closing date, right? Which is of course more flexibility to you. So if you're looking to net more from the sale of your property, and you want to work with a forward-thinking brokerage that thinks of things entirely differently and has a completely different approach to the profession of real estate advisor, then I encourage you to reach out to us. Maybe it makes sense for us to have a conversation. So once again, I'm Realtor Bert Taddei. I'm also broker owner of Santino Properties LLC. We're a boutique brokerage that helps buyers and sellers win in a competitive San Antonio marketplace through the unique and effective use of marketing. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and those are the 5 reasons why you should choose me and my brokerage to represent you on the sale of your home to net more money. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.